sorry to disturb your consumption pleasure.
Oh, no, you're okay.
Amazing to me. It's amazing to me that I send out 50,000 texts and only 89 people, 90 people.
I did not get a text.
You did. That's a trip to me. That's a trip to me, but that's okay. Here's the deal. Here's what I want everybody to know. First of all, I've been telling you, we need your support. We need this. We need that. Everybody does. Like all the talk show hosts are doing that, right? They're all doing that. Now I want you to break away with me here for a second, because what we've been setting up for not just me, for all the talk show hosts, all of them, all the independent media talk show hosts are going to have what I'm about to present here right now. Because we have 218 days to take out the Maoists. Yes? Does everyone agree?
Yes.
218 days to take out the Maoists. And it will happen. But it's not going to happen. Everybody raise your right hand right now and say, I do solemnly swear to never, ever again say, wait till November. We're not waiting for anything. It's April 1st. Every single day we got to do something, okay? Every day. November will not exist if you do not participate, okay? It won't happen. I mean, next week we're going into some very tumultuous times. Let me share with you what's going on, okay? Couple things. There's strange stuff happening with the eclipse, national declarations, Niagara Falls. We got all kinds. I mean, I'm literally reading. But they're also indicating, if you read between the lines, they're saying, that they have gotten information from DHS. Well, you're not going to tell the people? But mass casualty events. I believe that. And I'm going to share, I'm actually, Deb and I are going to make a final decision as to whether or not, do we go out there for that event, for the tent revival?
Well, we haven't decided. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll make a decision in the next couple of days.
Yeah. So we have to make a final determination, but I've been invited to not be a podium jockey. I don't do podium jockey stuff. To be at the podium at a tent revival. All right. So I need to determine whether or not to be out and about and putting my family at risk, knowing and seeing all the signs that, right? I mean, that's what I would want everyone to be able to do, is to decide for their own, for themselves. It's not out of fear. It's out of, basically, when all of them get killed, I'm in the opposite direction of the weeds. Okay?
It's not a precaution.
Yeah, right?
Being precaution.
Wow, all those people just died. I'll be out in the woods. Come get me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff's happening here. All right? Do not fear. Do not fear. Just make a calm, cool decision. All right? Then we've got going into Passover. We've got the ceremony of the red heifer. If you didn't catch that, you need to. Byron Stinson came on, and then after the segment, he shared with me some of the details that have to do with the pressures that are upon those rabbis as to whether or not they have the ceremony. A lot of pressure upon them. Can you imagine the government of Israel saying, don't do that? Hamas is going to blow us up. That's the level of pressure.
I'm surprised they haven't been arrested yet.
Well, that may come too. That may come too. So that's an epic battle going on there. What if the rabbis say, hey, we just spoke to God and he said, screw you, we're doing it. And by the way, you can arrest us. We got 50 other rabbis that are ready to come in right behind us. Right? This is fascinating. All right. So we've got all that stuff going on. And at the same time, imagine this. All of independent media has been scattered. Did you guys watch the Patriot TV launch? I may have hinted. There's multiples right now. I'm going to say this right now. Millie Weaver and Gavin Wentz, or I'm going to say Gavin Wentz and Millie Weaver, depending on who's listening. It'll be Gavin Wentz and Millie Weaver. Or if Millie's hearing my voice, it'll be Millie Weaver and Gavin Wentz. But they're a beautiful couple. They've invested everything in building out what they believe is the super app. It's an amazing product that has so evolved into something so much bigger than just the QUX TV box. Okay? What has happened and transpired over the past couple of months here is that QUX TV super app, okay, will have a branding. And I'm going to call it Pete's box, right? Pete's TV box. Pete Live TV box, right?
There you go. SBN Media
powered by QUX. And what will be contained in that box, and that box is basically, if you want to know what it is, it's a computer. It is. It's a computer. You have the ability to go on there, do chat, visit websites, do all that stuff, communicate, securely because it's encrypted. And then you can go watch independent media, and you can watch 300 television channels on your cable box. And guess what else? I can watch MSNBC on my phone with my QUX TV driving down the road, or switch and go to
The Chosen.
The Chosen. Yeah, right. If The Chosen is streaming.
Sure.
What they are going to do, and what I've been directly involved in helping to facilitate, okay? I've been directly involved because I'm very passionate about what they're doing. And I've made some really good contacts that alliances have been formed now, all right? Imagine, folks, an encrypted box, right, that we can have streaming and have a computer and have chat and not have to worry about getting canceled and also not getting trolled. All the benefits of what I was talking about with QUX. Then imagine the security of the box, and I will mention a company name. Imagine a company like the Wellness Company that loves that it's a HIPAA compliant device. And we're preparing for disease, XYZ, right? The Fauci fungus, whatever it is. And you can do telemedicine within the box. Imagine that. I mean, think about that possibility, you guys. You can't just go on the internet, okay, and go do telemedicine. I mean, there's some things related to HIPAA compliance. There's a lot of stuff behind that, okay? Doing telemedicine. This thing is secure. You can make purchases through QUX Pay. QUX Pay, you guys, is now something above and beyond QUX Box. You can actually if you put like $50 in the QUX Pay, there's a bank. Your money is in a bank, and you convert it to tokens. Now, if you go spend money on a pair of Pete Santilli, 99 shoes, whatever, I'm just making stuff up. The only purchase that the cabal is going to see is, what do you think they're going to say? What are they going to say? The purchase of the tokens.
Yeah, that's it. And not what you spend it on. Not
what you spend it on. Nothing is tracked and traced. Nobody's surveilling you. And I'm going to come right out and say the opposite is taking place from websites we've left. That's all I'll say, without mentioning any names. It's not only controversial, it's very, very bad stuff that people need to consider. They've got AI in the back end. They're literally grabbing all of your data and they're selling it. And that was never part of any arrangement I had when I was on a particular platform. Okay? It might be YouTube. You never know. You can guess it all you want. But I will not be sending my viewers. Did I not stand on principle?
You did.
Why do you say that with a, you did, heavy sigh?
I didn't.
Okay.
I had no heavy sigh.
Can I overemphasize the point and get you to, with tremendous enthusiasm?
You did.
Yes, thank you. Did I not? When you said, we're going to do that? Wow. And I said, you don't understand. In the beginning, you didn't understand how serious it was.
Yeah, no.
They're literally gathering your data and sucking up your information and selling it off. This is the opposite of that. Okay? It's the opposite of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, these alliances that have been formed, okay, include companies like the Wellness Company. Guess who else? Let's say Impact Health Sharing, right? Offers to pay your telemedicine visit over at the Wellness Company. You guys understanding what's happening here, right? What if Impact Health Sharing picks up the prescription drugs that are offered through the Wellness Company that are prescribed by the doctors? What happens? What if, right? What are the possibilities there? That alliance is being formed right now. This is big. And it's being done for we the people. Impact Health Sharing, the Wellness Company, right? All of the independent media hosts now that are scattered everywhere. What happened when YouTube kicked us off? And we got kicked off all these platforms? Everyone's on all these platforms. I mean, if you're not on Rumble, and then you're missing it, like YouTube people don't talk to Rumble, don't talk to Facebook, you know what I mean? Everyone's scattered, are they not? They're all scattered everywhere. We're going to re-aggregate all of them. You'll be able to pick up Rumble in the QUX portal. You'll be able to pick up Real America's Voice in the QUX portal. You'll be able to pick up Patriot TV in the QUX portal. You'll be able to pick up Pete Santilli. You'll be able to pick up Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is an investor. I don't know if he's even thought of the letters QUX. The QUX portal. You'll be able to pick up Pete Santilli. You'll be able to pick up Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is an investor. I don't know if he's even thought of the letters QUX because of his legal stuff, but he was a big advocate for it. You know why? Because he was able to get, the reason why he became so excited, I mean, he doesn't own it, he's an investor, and I don't know what a share is, it's relatively small, but he was able to get OANN in New York City because he couldn't get it anywhere else. Can you imagine? And it was important. Could you imagine Rudy Giuliani and how much content he put out with OANN, and he's sitting there in New York and he can't watch OANN?
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's so. I tell that story for that reason. Okay.
Yeah.
So, OANN, Newsmax, Real America's Voice, Infowars. I mean, name a channel right now. Name a channel. Right now, can you go to one platform and get them all? Yes or no?
No.
This will be the first time, and you guys, it's happening right here, right now. I mean, I'm actually a very, very, I guess I've earned my way when I say it's not bragging rights because of these concepts that I've been subjected to. We've learned our way through in health freedom. Tom Renz, okay, is going to do certain things with his legal team that they've built. It's called TTT, Truth, Trust, and Transparency, right? If you've got an outlet out there, the Pete Santilli Show. What if the Pete Santilli Show says, yes, I'm American, look, I got a vest on it, and you find out half of my funding comes from the CCP, right? Tom Renz's organization is going to vet me and say, here's his declaration. He's not connected to this. There's no money that goes to Planned Parenthood, right? There's no leftist co-opting. He doesn't work for the CIA or the FBI, right? None of that stuff exists. And here's the TTT certification, Truth, Trust, and Transparency. Now, if what's on that declaration is not true, I can be sued. How's that sound? Huh? So those that are out there making, because everyone's like, who do we trust? Newsmax. You know what happened to Newsmax? They were bought out with a big chunk of cash from the Qataris. Did you know that?
No.
The Qataris just bought up a large portion of the Newsmax.
Wow.
And nobody knows about this, okay? So that kind of stuff is going to be not necessarily exposed, but those that get the TTT certification are saying, this is who I am, and we don't do that. So Newsmax will still be able to broadcast. You just know that they don't have a TTT certification because they're not going to want to disclose they got Qataris behind their operation, You have an American woman in front of the camera, and you've got a freaking global Islamic terrorist in the back room.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Newsmax.
Is that public information yet, or no?
Look up, here, hold on a second. I don't want to just make this up.
Qatari. We never watch Newsmax anyway, but...
You ready? A member of Qatari royal family just invested $50 million in Newsmax.
Who did?
The Qatari royal family. The Washington Post. Wow. The Washington Post 6 days ago just cited Newsmax employees saying that they were urged to soften news coverage about Qatar. I wonder why.
So they have to soften news coverage about Qatar.
Yeah.
News coverage about the election.
Yes.
News coverage about Dominion.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's Newsmax. I would just assume, okay? Yeah, the Qatari royal family invested $50 million in Newsmax and now have influence over. You won't be able to get any negative Qatari news over at Newsmax. All right?
It's not just Qatar. So, it's also going to be any Muslim news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, try to report something on Islam, and you're not going to be happy about that.
Yeah.
What a dangerous thing to do.
So listen, this is what I'm working on, okay? And, producing 2 shows and doing all this stuff, and I'm actually working and at the center of it. We just had meetings. I met with Tom Renz. We met with QUX. I mean, there are big, high-level meetings. These alliances are being formed. They're over at Newsmax. All right.
It's not just Qatar. It's also going to be any Muslim news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, try to report something on Islam, and you're not going to be happy about that.
Yeah.
What a dangerous thing to do.
So listen, this is what I'm working on, okay? And, producing 2 shows and doing all this stuff, and I'm actually working and at the center of it. We just had meetings. I met with Tom Renz. We met with QUX. I mean, there are big, high-level meetings. These alliances are being formed. There's going to be a meeting between the folks at Tactical Civics. You guys ready for the next phase here? Tactical Civics, Scott McKay, Ann Vandersteel, Mel K, General Flynn, right? A whole huge alliance. We're on the aggregate tens of millions of followers, okay? are going to be introduced to this thing where we go to the QUX box. Now, I'll give you an idea. If a host recommends Impact Health Sharing, like right now, if you go to Impact My Health Sharing and you explore, what it takes to set up health insurance, we're going to give you a free QUX box. Free. Why? We want you to have a computer, right, that is encrypted, that's not sucking up all your data and selling it off, right? It's a computer. We want you to have access to independent media right beside the 300 cable channels. Shouldn't you be able to go from CNN, MSNBC, InfoWars, Real America Voice? Shouldn't you be able to do that? You can't even do that on a smart TV. You can't go from Real America's Voice to Brandon House, right? Patriot TV, to CNN. You cannot do that. You cannot. That is going to change. This will be first to market, a super app with everybody re-aggregated. And guess what? There are going to be some of the best, like Bella Grace products, right? Curativa is one of them. You're going to be hearing about that this week. Curativa, great product. Impact Health Sharing, okay? A whole host of products. When you purchase Impact Health Sharing, the host gets, on a monthly recurring basis, a small portion of your, the customer, from every customer. They have a 98% retention rate, right? So a host has the opportunity to build a base of his customers, his viewers, right? It says, it's his customer. It's, you were referred by, Pete Santilli, and you're an Impact Health Sharing customer. And I will build a base of happy customers through ACN, right? I will talk about ACN in a second here. As ACN has done for 30 years, they take really good care of the customers. They